So, you've seen Godzilla, king of the monsters. But I'm telling you, you've never really seen it until you've witnessed the mayhem in 4K HDR today. We re-breaking down the movie's most colossal monster brawls to show you how Dolby Vision turns every atomic blast and gravity beam into a straight-up visual masterpiece. Forget what you saw in the theater. This is how the Titans were always meant to look. Alright, before we get to the city-leveling destruction, let's quickly talk tech. The movie was finished on a 2K master, so while the 4K Blu-ray is an upscale, the real game changer here is high dynamic range, or HDR. Think of it not as more pixels, but better pixels. Tech like Dolby Vision and HDR 10 Plus gives you way brighter, more intense highlights and deep inky blacks. What this means is that the glow of Godzilla's fins, the crackle of Ghidorah's lightning, and the shimmer of Mothra's wings don't just look bright, they feel powerful. It sharpens the image, pulls details out of the darkest corners. It makes the colors explode in a way standard Blu-ray just can't match. Throw in a thundering Dolby Atmos soundtrack that makes every footstep feel like a building is collapsing next to you. And you've got the definitive way to experience this monster mash. First up, the Antarctic awakening. This is where HDR immediately flexes its muscles. The scene is dark, it's chaotic, and it's right in the middle of a blizzard. On a normal TV, it can honestly look like a murky mess. But with Dolby Vision, details just climb right out of the gloom. You can suddenly see the individual textures of Godzilla's scales as he bursts from the ice. But the real showstopper here is the light. Ghidorah's gravity beams aren't just yellow lines. They're brilliant, crackling bolts of energy that illuminate the entire frozen landscape. When his dorsal fins flare up, that atomic blue is so piercing and vibrant, it practically leaps off the screen, cutting through all that swirling snow and darkness. This isn't just a fight. It's a terrifying light show, and HDR is what makes every single moment pop. Next, we're off to Mexico, where Rodan, the fire demon, erupts from his volcanic nap. This whole sequence is a showcase for fiery, blistering color. As Rodan takes flight, his wings glow with internal magma that looks absolutely unreal in HDR. You can see every single shade of orange, red and yellow, with embers and molten rock flaking off him in the wind. The dogfight that follows is just breathtaking. Rodan's speed and power as he barrel rolls through fighter jets leaves a devastating trail of fire. And HDR makes those explosions feel hotter and genuinely more intense. When he finally squares up against Ghidorah, it's a battle of fire versus lightning. And the expanded color range makes their clash a truly elemental spectacle. In a movie packed with brute force, Mothra brings a totally different kind of power, the power of light. Her emergence from her cocoon is easily one of the most stunning moments in the film. In 4K HDR, her bioluminescence is just ... wow. It's not some flat blue glow. It's a complex, shimmering tapestry of iridescent blues, greens, and golds that pulse across her wings. When she unleashes her god rays, the light isn't a harsh white glare. It has volume and texture, filling the screen with an ethereal presence that feels genuinely divine. Her fight against Rodan is a gorgeous but deadly ballet. The contrast between her radiant, calming blue and his volcanic, angry red is pushed to the max by HDR, making their duel one of the most visually memorable in the entire Monsterverse. This is it, the main event. Brawl in the ruins of Boston. The film is throwing everything it has at the screen here, and the 4,000 disc handles it without breaking a sweat. Ghidorah perched on a building while regenerating a head in the middle of a lightning storm is the perfect showcase. The dynamic HDR makes every single bolt of lightning sizzle, lighting up the incredible detail on the monster. And then there's Godzilla's atomic breath. It's no longer just a blue beam. It's a searing blast of energy, with a white-hot core that looks unbelievably powerful. But the ultimate demo for HDR is the arrival of burning Godzilla. After Mothra's sacrifice, Godzilla basically becomes a walking nuclear reactor. He glows with this intense, burning red-orange energy that radiates off his skin. HDR makes this effect look like it's actually emitting light, turning him into a true inferno. His final atomic pulses that vaporize Ghidorah aren't just a special effect. They're an overwhelming, screen-melting event that seals his victory. Look, at the end of the day, Godzilla, King of the Monsters on 4K Blu-ray, isn't just a minor upgrade. It's a whole new experience. The Dolby Vision and HDR presentation doesn't just make the picture prettier, it clarifies the action, deepens the atmosphere, and adds a staggering amount of power to every monster battle. It takes what was already a wild spectacle and turns it into a work of visual art. The film might have crowned Godzilla the king of the monsters, but it's the 4K HDR version that truly makes you believe it. What was your favorite visual moment in the film? Did the 4K upgrade blow you away too? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the movies you love. Thanks for watching.